North Korea, officially the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, DPRK, is often described as the most repressive place on earth for people of faith, especially Christians. For over 7 decades, the regime has worked to eradicate Christianity, seeing it not merely as a competing belief system but as an existential threat to the state's ideology and its absolute leader worship. Subscribe as we continue. Roots of suppression. Before the Korean War, 1950-1953, Pyongyang was known as the Jerusalem of the East, a center of vibrant Christian life, home to hundreds of churches and missionary schools. But after Kim Il-sung's rise to power in 1948, Christianity was targeted as a tool of American imperialism. The regime's founding doctrine, Jusha, replaced God with the leader, demanding complete political and spiritual allegiance to Kim Il-sung and his successors, criminalizing faith. Today, under Kim Jong-un, Christianity is treated as a political crime. Article 68 of the North Korean Constitution nominally guarantees freedom of religion, but this is a facade. Possessing a Bible, praying, or meeting for worship can result in arrest, imprisonment, and even execution. The government runs a handful of showcase churches in Pyongyang, but these serve as propaganda for foreign visitors, not as places for genuine worship. Arrest and detention Christians are often arrested during nighttime raids. The Ministry of State Security maintains informant networks in neighborhoods, workplaces, and even families. Anyone caught practicing Christianity, sometimes exposed by their own relatives, can be accused of anti-state activities or espionage. Arrestees are frequently interrogated for weeks or months, subjected to sleep deprivation, beatings, and forced to kneel motionless for hours. The goal is not only to extract confessions, but to break the believer's spirit. Prison camps and torture Christians are disproportionately sent to the feared Kwanliso, North Korea's political prison camps. These sprawling complexes hold tens of thousands in conditions so harsh they are often compared to Nazi concentration camps. Torture methods. Survivors have reported electric shocks, water torture, near drowning, severe beatings with iron rods, and pigeon torture, where prisoners' arms are bound behind their backs in painful positions for days. Forced labor. Prisoners work 12-16 hours a day in mines, logging sites, or farms, often with inadequate food and constant beatings. Starvation and disease. Malnutrition is rampant. Food rations are minimal, often a thin corn porridge. Medical care is virtually non-existent. Christians face harsher treatment than other prisoners. Former guards have testified that believers are considered enemies of the people beyond redemption, often singled out for public execution to deter others. Generational punishment. One of the most brutal aspects of North Korea's persecution is the 3 generations rule. If a person is convicted of a political crime like practicing Christianity, their parents and children can be punished as well. Entire families are sent to prison camps, where children grow up in forced labor from the age of 12, often never learning why they were imprisoned. Survivor testimonies. Accounts from defectors paint a chilling picture. Mrs. K, a Christian arrested for leading secret Bible studies, described being beaten unconscious during interrogation and forced to watch fellow believers executed by firing squad. Kim Hae-suk, imprisoned for 28 years, recalled that Christian prisoners were often the first to die from overwork, malnutrition, and torture. One former guard stated that he was instructed to treat Christians as dogs, and that those caught praying were sometimes executed on the spot. Propaganda and indoctrination. The regime systematically demonizes Christianity. School textbooks portray missionaries as spies and child kidnappers. State media brands the Bible as poison and warns citizens that religion is a tool to overthrow the government. This indoctrination aims to ensure that even family members will betray each other if Christianity is suspected. Underground church. Despite the risks, an underground Christian network exists. Believers meet in secret, often in forests or homes late at night, whispering hymns and prayers. Bibles are smuggled from China, sometimes hidden in rice sacks or disguised as other books. Even so, the danger is constant. Border guards are ordered to shoot those caught crossing illegally, and informants are rewarded for reporting believers. International response human rights organizations like Open Doors, Human Rights Watch, and the UN Commission of Inquiry have documented North Korea's systematic persecution of Christians as crimes against humanity. In 2014, a UN report detailed atrocities including executions, forced abortions for pregnant women repatriated from China, and deliberate starvation. Subscribe for more videos.